Hello, welcome back to Crafters TV. It is Monday, which means one thing. It is Monday Makers at the start of a brand new week here on Crafters TV. We had a wonderfully busy masterclass show this morning, and I'm not on my own, of course not. I've got double Sara today. Good afternoon, Sara. I don't know where I am, evening, morning. I'm a bit discombobulated.
Good afternoon, Joe, from the flower forming queen who is out in force for an awesome Monday Makers. I have got an awesome lineup of demonstrations planned for you over the next couple of hours, so make sure you don't go anywhere.
Absolutely. Now, should we dive in and have a look at what's happening this week here on Crafters TV? Let's dive in and have a look at the Crafters calendar. So, as I said, we had that fantastic masterclass this morning. Now we are in the midst, of course, of Monday Makers. Now, tomorrow, Tuesday morning, 11 o'clock here, if you are in the UK, the softer side of life, which is a wonderful soft craft show for you. And then tomorrow night, for the launch party, 4 p.m. Here in the UK, I will be with the lovely Leanne. We'll be going through a whole host of brand new stuff. Wednesday, there is a masterclass coming your way with myself and Sara at 11 a.m. if you're in the UK time. And then also Creative Cravings will be here with myself and Sara again. Another double Sara day.
Can't get rid of me, Joe. Can't get rid of me.
Thursday is all about one thing. Of course, it's all about Cartload. There'll be a preview in the morning at 11 a.m. And then the main event of the evening will be coming up at 7 p.m. here if you are in the UK. Colour Me Happy comes your way on Friday, 11 a.m. here in the UK or 6 a.m. on the East Coast with, again, myself and Sara. And then a chance to recap all the best bits. And that will be coming up at 11 a.m. on Saturday. So it is an action-packed, fun-filled week right here at Crafters TV. Now, this week we did Joe Wants to Know on Friday, and I must say you have outdone yourself. It was Joe Wants to Know, how did you meet your partner or significant other? I'm going to pose that question to Sara a little later in the show. I don't know the answer, so I'm looking forward to finding out. You've outdone yourself. One of you will win a £20 or dollar spend, so you can let me know the answers. It's not too late. You've been leaving your answers over on Facebook, but you can also pop them into the Facebook comments. I am monitoring the conversation over on Crafters TV at the moment, so comment away there if you want to be in a chance with winning that £20 or dollar spend. Now, should we crack on with the deals? Because we have got some absolute cracking deals for you. I'm going to start off with the Monday Mega Deal. Now, as a little Brucey bonus for you, we did launch the Monday Mega Deal earlier today, and it's the foil stamp radiating dies. I'm going to show you the boards for these to show you just how beautiful they are. You get all 4 of these, and they are £40 for all 4. So this one here is Thank You. The next one we've got here is Love You. You've also then got this one, which is Happy Birthday. You can see all the different ways of using it. I think they're so classy and elegant, these. And then finally, you've got Superstar as well. All 4 of them coming your way for £40 or $55. Now, something that sold out. Oh, I'm going to come to these in a second, right after the flower forming. So we've got this great deal on the show for you on the flower forming. It's always so popular. If you want to see a full masterclass of the flower forming, Sara did one a few weeks back, but this is a fantastic deal. So what you've got is the foam. So you've got 15 sheets of the foam in here. You're also going to get the lily. You're going to get the peony, the petal distress tool. You're going to get the ball tools as well, and the mat to form them, and you're also going to get your stamens as well. And what you could be creating are beautiful, really lush projects such as these. Got all of these wonderful different flowers that are within here. Great if you are doing things like Alice bands. Wonderful for home decor. Great for all of your card projects. Someone might be modelling a certain Alice band right now as well, looking fabulous. Serving us Moana realness is our Sara. You look gorgeous over there.
I'll totally take the Moana realness. Just don't be showing the close-up on the overhead camera, because I tell you what, these roots are still looking a bit Tres Dodge. But yes.
Tres Dodge. I love that. So all of that is coming included for you. You get the ball tools of Stamen, £40 if you're in the UK, $50. That's down from $64.95 in the UK and down from $92.70 if you're in the US. So you've got a great deal on that. Now, these have sold out. They sold out as a pick of the day in 1 hour, I think, over on Create and Craft. We bought them back over the weekend. They sold out again. We cannot keep them in stock. They are amazing. Let me just show you what you've got here. So these are brand new Edgeable. So if we look at this card just here, for instance, you can see it cuts in the edge for you. What it's also doing is it's going to give you that wonderful sentiment as well. So this one here, again, you can see just how beautiful that is with thinking of you. It just means you can very quickly, you've got a card base there, you know, one pass through your Gemini and you've got a fabulous finished card there in no time at all. So you've got to get 8 different sentiments included in here as well. So I was going to take us through them in a little bit more detail in a wee while, but you've got happy birthday, good luck, best wishes, hello, thank you, congratulations, with love, and thinking of you. You get the best deal when you buy all 8 of them together in a bundle. However, if you do want to go for them, I believe they're 2 for £14 as well. But if you buy all of them, £45 or $75. Now, do you want some beautiful Centura Pearl? We've got some of that on the show for you. Now we've got a duo, a twin pack, a double pack. I don't know what I was going to call that, but one of them, you know what I mean. You've got these beautiful pastels. I do love the pastels. You can see here, you've got this beautiful sort of blush pink. You've got that wonderful green there. Lovely lavender, a beautiful burst of yellow, and that gorgeous baby blue. Now, if you just got those for £13, that would be great. However, the value is even better because you're also getting the precious metals as well. So you're getting 40 sheets in the one I just showed you, and you're also getting 30 sheets in this one here, which are those beautiful metallic tones that you can see there. All 310 GSM, so really good, versatile weight to do a whole host of different jobs. Do grab those. I know that will be really busy on that deal. Now, something that we had on the show earlier today, and you absolutely loved it, was the foil press, because this is quite an unbelievable offer on the foil press. So for $99.99 or $139.95, what you'd always normally get is everything that's in that box on the top of your screen. However, today for the same price, we're going to give you 2 foils. We're going to give you a radiating foil stamp and cut die. We're going to give you a border foil stamp die, and the carry case worth $29.99. So you've actually got £77 worth of extras there. It means that really, take that off for the cost of your foil press. The foil press is yours for less than £23. It was so incredibly busy in the earlier show. If you want to see a full couple of hours on that, then definitely go back and watch the masterclass from this morning. We had some creator cards on the show earlier as well. These were very busy. These are again a one pass wonder, one pass through to create pretty much a card, pop a sentiment on, you're good to go. $74.97 gets you all of those, or $89.97 as well. Now, so many of you are saying hi and commenting. I can see there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you already. Kat saying hi in North Carolina. Kat is saying hi in North Carolina. Marcy saying hi from the Palm Coast. Helen in Ipswich. I can see Anne, one of our regulars. She loves the air horn, Anne, in Connecticut. And also Beverly saying hi from Florida. Now, I'm going to keep monitoring the comments. Any questions that you've got through the show, get them in. However, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, then the best place to do that is over on our website, crafterscompanion.wherever-you-are, so .co.uk, .com or .eu. All the deals are there now. I know so many of you will be shopping ahead of us. There are more deals which I'm going to take you through as we go through the hour as well. And also, yes, if you want to send us any pictures, you can do so by sending to studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Wow, there was more good deals there than you can shake a pokey tool at. I'm going to hand you over to Sara because I know she's ready to share with us some wonderful demonstrations.
Yes, I am. And do you know what? This is a perfect show. Monday Makers is all about that slightly more advanced crafting make. If the idea is, if you've already got the flower forming kit, because you got it when we had on this deal a few weeks ago, we're revisiting it to give you a chance to be inspired by what you've got. Or if you missed out on the deal, you're lucky that we've brought it back. Same is going to be happening with those word edgeables. We're really lucky that we've got some more stock. So we're going to be doing a kind of a little mini version of a masterclass. I'm going to try and get 2 or 3 demonstrations into quite a short period of time to try and inspire you with as many different ideas and learn how you can use them. Now, I'm going to go straight into it with the flower form because this kit is outstanding and we have had thousands, that is no word of a lie, thousands of you getting hold of the flower forming, getting into this new hobby. So for those of you brand new to it, it works brilliantly with your Gemini Mini. If you don't already have a Mini, absolutely, guys, you need to be treating yourself because just watch how easy it makes all of this, right? So we've got some beautiful colours of foam. I'm going to have this nice creamy one. Look what I do. I just fold my sheets of foam into 4. Now, by the way, if you do go for that Mini, you will get the free bag if you go for it today. So buy the mini, $29.99 or $44.95. We're going to send you the bag absolutely free. So you buy the mini, get the bag free, right? For those of you that haven't seen it, this is a brilliant starter point to die cutting, right? Or super quick and easy if you're doing things like this. Now we also have extra spare sets of the foam. So if you've been getting into flower forming and you're wanting to get more foam, they're already flying on the website. There's 25% off all of the foam today. So if you've been getting into it and loving it, stock on your foam. So I'm going to cut myself out some large flowers. Right, this is why it's great to have a Gemini Mini, because look how quick this is, right? Some large flowers, then let's also cut out some medium ones. So I'm just going to fit this in straight through. And so I'm cutting through 4 layers of foam at a time here, right? And it's just super quick and super easy. And then what you can do, if we flip it right over, I can do a few of the little mini ones as well. And you can just squeeze them all on. I like to do it this way because I find you waste less foam. Now bear in mind guys, I'm live on here, so I'm being a little bit speedier than you would be at home. Actually, I don't waste any of this bit at home. I fold it over and then I cut my little leaves down here. If you don't have the leaf die, definitely worth going for. That should be on the website. So we've got large, medium and small. And you should have, if you look, 4 layers in each one of these. So you see how easy that die cutting is when you throw a Gemini Mini into the mix. Here we go. So 4 layers of that one, 4 layers of this one, and then 4 layers of the big one. All right. So I'm going to show you, and I feel like I've shown it loads of times recently, but it's for those who aren't familiar with this, it is inspirational. So we're going to get in on here. I'm going to let you get nice and close in on the iron, right? Because it's when the magic happens. We take this and we're going to hold this up close against the iron. So we're just going to hold it, and I'm going to use the little ball tool just to hold it in place. Can you see? So when I pop this on, holding this in place and keeping it moving, and you can see how we get that lovely bubbly effect. Then when it drops off, I'm going to literally lift it off, place it on my mat, and then just hold it in place like this, right? So let me show you that again. We'll do another one of the big ones here. I'm just holding it over the iron, but keeping it moving. And by keeping it moving, what you're doing is you're not letting any one of the petals form quicker than another, right? So off it goes, we turn it right over, and then you just hold it in place like this. And what happens is it's going to cool now in this new shape. So it might be easier once you start and see the shapes. You can see them from the overhead. That's it. You know what? My producer Laura is like on it. She's getting you all the good shots so you can see exactly what to do. So there's my medium size one in there as well, all right? And then here's my little small one. So just holding it up against the iron, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'll move it forward a little bit so that you're not where that bit is. Once we've got it going, let it drop off, and then you literally flick it over, and then we just pop it down in place like this, right? Now, those are my shaped flowers. And watch what we do. Take our pokey tools, by the way, brilliant for this. So I'm going to take the end off, and I'm going through the smallest one. I'm going to pick it up and go through the next size. And then notice I'm just turning every time a little bit more, and then picking them all up one at a time. And then what I have done, although goodness knows where I've put them. Nope, we've got them. You get 400 of those stamens in the pack. All I've done, in fact, I really feel like I should show you, is get a little bunch of the stamens. Let's have a look. I've got some floral wire here as well. So just in case you are not au fait with how you do the stamen making, right? Let me just get a little bit. The floristry wire I find is absolutely perfect, which is what I'm using here. So we've got a little bit of wire. I'm going to take round about half a dozen of these. Don't be tight with them, all right? Trust me, you'll spoil the whole look of your flower if you're tight with them. So half a dozen of them, and I'm just bending them over that wire. Yep. And just giving it a little bit of a spin and a turn. And I'm spinning, I find it easier to spin the stamens than I do to spin the actual wire. And then I just cut the excess bits off the wire. And then watch, I can pop those back in my basket. So I take this and just thread it all the way off. And then take these pieces and thread these all the way through. Can you see? And we've got that nice base bit. And that gives us the perfect little bubbly flower. So I always say to people, when you're just starting off, these are the ones you should do first. My Oliver, my 6-year-old, he does all little bubbly flowers like this. This is kind of his level, and then you can kind of build up from there. Now, let's use the same technique, but do a cup flower. All right. Hopefully you might have seen me doing this a couple of weeks ago and got the kit and now be feeling inspired to have a go. Right, for the cuppy one, I'm going to use some of these other tools a bit more. So can you see the one that I used before was this one? It's got a tiny little ball and a neck size up. So basically you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in terms of ball head sizes. I'm going to use the 3 big ones now. So watch, I'm going to start with one of the smaller ones and I'm going to have it on the iron. Just like we did before, holding it in place. I'm going to overheat it. So this is going past the point that I would have done for the bubble one. Let it drop on here. And then I'm going to just pop that inside it. Can you see? And then when it comes off, it should stay in that little buddy cuppy shape. It's a little bit of static on there, keeps it in there. Let's try it with the next size up, right? So I'm going to go to the next ball tool up. So doing the same, we're holding it on, but I'm always keeping it moving. So I'm always doing these little circles across the middle of the flower. Once it's nice and hot, let it drop off. Let it drop onto your mat here, which also comes in this starter kit. And then I'm just pressing down, it creates that bud, right? And we'll do the same with a couple of the larger ones. Now this is really, it's super duper easy for you to do. All you're doing is cutting some of the flowers out, and then we're just literally heating them on a regular iron. The tip is though, guys, I want you to have the iron nice and hot. Nice and hot. The hotter the iron, the quicker and easier it will kind of shape in there. And I'm just doing exactly the same as what we did before, but I'm letting them drop off and I'm just going to let them shape up like that and helping them along with the little tools as we go. So I've got some nice autumn flowers. I think I'll make another kind of medium-sized one, Joe, and then we'll start and put them all together.
Fabulous. Deborah is saying flower forming is my new addiction.
Nice.
Loads of you are talking about Catherine saying can't wait to this to wait. She's already ordered her kit, which is fantastic. Lots of you talking about how you met your significant others. I was teasing Anne in the week. Anne's the lovely lady from the US that hates my air horn. So she said she met her husband in a store on Facebook, and I asked her, was it an air horn store? And she just come back and said, absolutely not. It was not an air horn store. Peggy is saying hi. She loves the flowers from Texas. Will we be getting more flower dyes? I do believe so. Gwen says you're using the a regular iron.
Yes.
She says, is there an iron that you could lay flat, like a smaller one, to do the job?
There is. Craig uses a lay flat one.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah. To be honest, I like the standy up one, but you've got to remember that I spend most of my life not doing crafts for myself, but doing crafts to show other people how to do it. So it's like, did you ever know, Joe, I can't tie a bow, like in a ribbon, the right way up. I can only do them back to front upside down because I've done so many years of doing them back to front upside down. So it's the same here. I'm so used to using this big iron. Even when I do these flowers at home, I do it on a big iron like that.
With it facing the wrong way?
Just facing the wrong way. Yeah, I do it facing the wrong way. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
I think that's hilarious. Judy says cute headband as well. A lot of love for the headband.
Well, thank you. It is good. I didn't make it. I'm just modelling it.
Someone saying as well here that they met their husband in prison, which I thought needed a little bit of elaboration. Christine says, I met my significant other in jail. Haha, he run the jail. I was a counsellor. Good to know. I thought you were inmates there for a second. Something else I want to give, I want to shout about is our craft ambassador. We'll be speaking to Sarah from Warwickshire later in this show, but I desperately want some more craft ambassadors. I want to video call you and I want to do it this Friday. So if you would like to have a chat with me on Friday via Skype, send me a project to that email address on the bottom of your screen, ccambassadors@craftscompanion.co.uk. I will email you back personally and we'll arrange a video call for Friday. I want to speak to you. Maybe Anne could give me a Skype about her love of air horns. That'd be nice to speak to Anne maybe about that. But get your emails in and share a project with us.
Right, Joe, so while you've been chatting there, all I'm doing is I wanted to show people how to ink up. Now, you are really, really lucky, folks, because we've got the water reactive ink pad Uber Bumper Bundle deal back in stock just for this show. Because I said I wanted to teach people the colour tinting option, they said, we'll put the ink pads on for you. I said, well, it has to be on the deal that we had last time. And I had a few funny looks at me from the department who put all of our shows together. And I said, no, trust me, that's what we're going to do. If I'm ink padding, you're doing this. So we've got the 25 pack on your screen. I'll let Joe walk you through exactly what you get, Joe.
Absolutely. So you're getting your 25 water reactive ink pads, which is fantastic. All killer and no thriller, as I like to say. We've got all the best colours for you in there, all hand-picked as well by Sara to make sure they all work beautifully together. And then what you've got is you've then got your Spectrum Noir blending tools within there as well. So your blenders, your spritz bottles, everything you need to do all the techniques that you've seen in the previous show. If you want to just maybe go for a more try-me size collection, then there's a 10-piece collection in there as well. It still comes with all the blending tools that you might need, but you get 10 ink pads instead. Again, and they are your favourite colours that have been hand selected. We did feature these this morning and both of them were incredibly busy, and you can go back and watch a whole masterclass 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago to the day actually it was. Remember, you can go back and watch all the shows back from previous times, but you've got loads of techniques there in that masterclass for you. Both of those collections are busy in this show.
Right, so what I'm doing now, Joe, is teaching you how to do the ruffled effect on your flowers, right? So I know I haven't explained what I'm doing here, but I will absolutely explain it with the next one, right? So that you can watch and see what I'm doing. And this is how you get the ruffles on the edges of the flowers. So I just heated it, I folded it into 5 points, then I put it on the ruffler tool, and now I'm just going to smooth the petals around the edge. Can you see? I'm just smoothing them, and you can see how they get this lovely effect. Might be easier for you to see on the overhead one. So you can see how I've got like it's got 2 ruffly petals, 3 nice smoothed ones. So you're just going to smooth them out around there, right? So let me show you that whole technique again. There's my gorgeous flower. Bear in mind, it started off life like this. With a little bit of ink, I made it look like this, and then a bit of ruffling, and we made it look like that. And you just wouldn't imagine you can go from one to the other so easily, right? So let me show you again exactly how I do it, right? We're going to take this one on here. We're going to just 1, 2, 3, couple of seconds, that's enough. Then what you're doing is you're folding the 5 points together. So these 2 points here, fold them together, fold this one together, and then bring them all to a bit of a point. Now the ruffler, Joe, if you go across this way, you can hear the ruffling. If we go this way, you can hear nothing. That's because you need these to go across from each other, right? So I just go across from the edge, and it just gives me that lovely ruffle on the edge of the flower, all right? So we get that ruffle on the edge. Now you could leave it like that. I personally like to come in then with the ball tool and then just smooth the edges. Now my lovely friend Bev taught me all about flower forming. She is one of the most advanced flower formers in the whole country, believe it or not. She is awesome at this stuff, and she couldn't believe how easy that ruffling tool made it to do these ruffled edges. So people who've been flower forming for years have been doing all of that by hand. We now have come out with this little tool that makes it so easy to do. Now to put this into perspective, okay, if you were to just get yourself the ruffling tool today, the ruffling tool alone is £15, so $14.99 or $19.99, right? So for an extra, so it's £40 in total. It would be £15 just to go for the ruffler. It would be £15 just to go for the set of ball tools and the special foam that I've been working with. You also get, it would be £15 just to go for all of the foam. Then you've got the 2 die sets. Then you've got the stamens in here. But it's just, for me, it's brilliant to have everything you need in a starter kit, right? Now, this is my favourite flower to do, right? So you'll be pleased to know I've done a couple of little ones, right? I've done, let's have a look. These are the large ones. And then I've got a couple of medium size as well, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off, let's get my small ones. I'm going to go small and then into the next small one. Let's get my couple of medium ones. I find this works really, really well if you get at least 6 flowers. I mean, I'm going to be using 7 here. Here's the 3 that I've just done. So 7, so we're going to go into the middle of the next one always just turning all the way around, right? Turning and turning. Is that looking good? Do we want another couple? Do you know what? We can add another couple on, can't we? Because I did lots of them just before we started. I've had all afternoon to get ready for this show. It's been fabulous, right? So we get, oh, now look at that, and have a little look at that on the close-up, because that is now starting to look like a fabulous proper 3D flower. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this all the way off the end, and I've got some more of my stamens threaded onto a little bit of that wire. So we'll go all the way off the end, right through the middle, feed this one right through, and then look at that, we get some, this is why you want a nice bunch of stamens. Look at that gorgeous flower. I mean, that is just beautiful. But bear in mind, I've been going, what, 10 minutes? And we've learned bubbly flowers, we've learned cuppy flowers, and we've also learned ruffly flowers. And honestly, Joe, there's no reason, if you don't have the right equipment, so you need the right type of foam, you want the right dies to cut the right shapes of flowers, and you want the tools, the ruffler tools. As long as you've got the right equipment, and by the way, having the Gemini Mini just makes it really, really quick and easy. There's no reason you can't be doing perfect flowers like this. And I know while we've been in lockdown mode, thousands, and that is no exaggeration, thousands of you have been getting the flower forming kit. We have had, I would say, our two biggest items while we've been on lockdown have been our Spectrum tri-blend pens and the foam flower forming kit. Everybody's been getting into something new, trying a new craft. This starter kit, £40 or $50, everything you need to get going.
It is an amazing deal. Beth's asking, what setting is your iron on there,
The
Sara?
hottest setting you can put it on. Yeah.
Perfect. So I hope that answers your question for you, Beth. Getting really, really busy now, especially for the flower forming. Just want to recap again exactly what is in the deal for you. So you're going to get 15 sheets of the foam that you need, a beautiful vast array of colours. So you've got the white. Now the white's really versatile because remember, you can add all of your own colouring mediums to it. So that can become whatever colour you want it to be. You've got the two greens, the blues, all the way through to the oranges, the turquoises, and the yellow in there. So a real good cross section of colours to get you started. You've then got your stamens included as well. Oh, all of those have come out over the counter. I'll pick those up. There's quite a few to pick up as well. There's 400 in there for me to pick up in a minute. You've got then as well your ball tools with the foam as well, so that you can push that down into. You're getting the distress tool and you're getting the two sets of dies. So you're going to get the lily and you're going to get the peony as well. Now, I think you can take those descriptions quite loosely because, you know, by colouring them up in different things, you can make them look like something completely different. So easy to put together as a lily and as a peony, but loads more that you can do with that. Now, it should be £64.95 in the UK. However, it's down to £40. So you're saving almost £25 in the UK, and it's down from $92.70 in the US to £50. You're saving 35%. It's fantastic. Now, you might want to add a few other bits into your basket as well. We've got a great deal on the foam for you. Now, you get 7 in each of these, so 21 sheets total in here. 25% off is what you're looking at. So the foam bundle on its own, if you want to go for this as an extra, I'll just get you a price. £13 or $22 to stock up on that extra foam, and again you've got a great vast array of colours within there, so do grab that. There's also some extra dyes on the website. There's some more stamens as well, metallic stamens, plain stamens. Go over there and have a look at everything that we've got for you. Now, we were talking about it just a moment ago. It is the Gemini Mini, and it is really a fabulous little piece of kit. And don't think to yourself, you know, well, I've already got a junior, or I've already got a large Gemini, I don't need this. So many people are using this side by side, their larger Gemini machines. In here, you're going to get the Gemini itself, which is a lovely small compact machine, but it really does pack a punch. It's very, very powerful. You've also got the purple shim. You've got the folder as well, which is what you're using instead of your cutting plates. Now, you get all of that as standard, and the machine every day would be $29.99. However, for our Crafters TV customers, we like to do something a little special. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the free bag, which is included. Now, the carry case should be £12.99 on its own. You're going to be able to get that absolutely free when you go for it in this show. So $29.99, $44.95. You've got somewhere to store your machine, you've got somewhere to put your dies, your plates, and you can take that around with you on the go. And it's going to live in there and be nice and safe, which is fantastic. $29.99, $44.95. Lots of you commenting along, still so much to come in this show today. So make sure you get your comments in. Let me know what you're up to. We'd love to know what you're crafting. Do you know what I'd love to see? I've just realised what I want to see. Hold the line. Stay there. Hold the line. I want you to send me photos of you wearing your aprons, because I know so many of you have got your aprons from HSN if you're in the US. Send me your pictures of you in your aprons. And if you didn't get one on HSN, or you're in the UK, or maybe you're in Canada or something like that and you couldn't get hold of them, I can't promise, but I might, it is a might be able to get them for you on Wednesday. So I nagged and nagged and nagged and moaned and nagged, and exclusively for our Crafters TV customers, I think I've secured a very small quantity of these. So come back on Wednesday and we'll see. Now, I'm monitoring the conversation still on Facebook. If you want to watch and shop at the same time, head on over. Well, actually, I'm not going to tell you. Here's me previously to tell you how to do it. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details there of how you can shop and watch at the same time, which is a fantastic thing to do. Now, I did ask you about how you met your partners, and you have absolutely excelled yourself. It took me, there was 160 comments, I think, on the Crafters TV post alone. It took me a while to get through them, but I've got a few here. Pam Hicks says, we worked together as friends. He came to change my light bulb as I had a really high 12-foot ceiling in my flat, and being only 5 foot, I couldn't reach even on a ladder. He came to change my light bulb, and we've been together 10 years now. Oh, how sweet is that? So this is a great one. Pam Miller, this is hilarious. To cut a long story short, I was in a local club where someone asked to take me home. I said, no, sorry, I'm going home with Trevor. But he didn't know about it. So after a short conversation, he said, if you buy me a pint of lemonade, I will. We've been together nearly 53 years and married for 49. Oh, and all it took was
pint of lemonade.
All it took was a pint of lemonade. Sandra says, I went to work in a local pub in the evenings while I was doing my A-levels and was put behind the bar to work with my now husband. The morning after my first night, I told my friend that I'd met the man I was going to marry. We didn't get together for 3 months, but have been together since, married after I finished teacher training, and celebrate 41 years next week. Well, happy anniversary for next week. Congratulations. One more as well whilst I'm here. Tammy George says, 21 plus years ago, back in the day chat room, we lived 6,000 miles apart. Over 2 years, I moved twice and he moved once, so that we were eventually within 6 hours driving distance. Another 1 to 2 years later, we moved in together, and 15 years ago, next month, we were married. I had a teenage daughter I was raising, and together we adopted another daughter who is now 12. How sweet is that? I feel like Cilla Black this weekend.
In my throat. Oh, they're wonderful. Oh, I'm loving this. Keep your stories coming. I'll tell you mine once I get into one of my demos and I don't have to explain what I'm doing at one point. I promise.
Okay, fantastic. I look forward to hearing that. Now, this morning we had a whole 2-hour masterclass on the foil press. So if you love the foil press, maybe you've got the foil press, you haven't got it out of the box yet, and you need a bit of inspiration, definitely go back, watch that masterclass show from this morning. Now, something else we launched in that show, and it was so busy, we thought we'd bring it back for you, was our mystery bag, and it is extremely busy now as well. Now, within this mystery bag, I'm just going to go through what you're going to get. Of course, it's you might get some variant on the type of product you get, but it will be the types I'm showing you. So you're going to get a foil stamp die creator card. Now this is $24.99's worth of value in the UK. So that really is the cost of your bag covered right there. You're also going to get a border and corner. In this one, it's the Biarritz that we're looking at. We're going to give you a frame. You're also going to get some embellishing dies. We're going to give you a sentiment as well. And we're going to give you not one, but 2 foils as well. So the value in that is amazing. I can't guarantee exactly what you'll get. What I can guarantee is that everyone will get at least £90 or $90 worth of goodies in there for £25 or $30. I know that over half the stock went just in the earlier show, and I know I'm just hearing just how busy it is already for it. So if you want it, please do grab it. Now we're going to move on to the Edgeables. These have been so popular. We literally cannot keep these in stock. So I want to just quickly show you what you're getting. So I'm not going to say it's a simple concept, but sometimes the simplest things are the most beautiful, aren't they? So what you've got here is an Edgeable, which is going to give you not only a beautiful decorative edge, but it's then going to also die cut a sentiment into it as well. I just think they give you very clean, clear, modern projects, which is lovely. Wonderful to incorporate your flower forming into there as well. And also then you've got really lots that you can do with these. Now, if the best way to get the best value is to go for the deal that's on your screen at the moment, it's £45, and in there you'll get happy birthday, good luck, best wishes, hello, thank you, congratulations, with love, and thinking of you. That's the best way to get the best value. If you wanted to cherry pick and go for a couple, then you can, 2 for £14 or $21. But I know there's so much that Sara's keen to show you with these, so I'm going to hand you over.
I can tell you these word Edgeables are fabulous, and do you know, it's the simplicity that really makes them so awesome. So let me just show you a couple of cards to kind of whet your appetite, and then I'm going to get straight into showing you a very, very basic demo. So can you see the whole idea is you've got this fabulous edge on your card, so this is going to stand up beautifully. You've got the sentiment incorporated in a really unique place, whether it's on the side or whether it's over the bottom of your card like this. I love this idea with the acetate and the floating part. Now you could use them to do like this one's nice because it's like a stepper card with your sentiment on the base of the stepper, or, and I just love this one, a gatefold card where we've put them on the outsides of the gatefold. So use the same, you can either use the same one or 2 different ones around the outsides of a gatefold. So let me just show you how you would use this in its most simple form, okay? Now, if I just show you the dies themselves, essentially, if we just measure this, I always like to do it on my little mat here. They are 6 inches wide, right? So I'm going to make myself a base card, which is 6 inches wide, right? So if I just put this, let's have a look. If we fold this over, let's do it 6 by 4-ish, right? So if I do this 4 inches, and then I'm going to bring my guillotine in, and I'm going to trim this to 6 inches wide. Yep, and then by 4 inches here, all right? So a 6 by 4 card, all right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the best wishes, and this will line up. Can you see it's going to line up beautifully on there? So whether you want to do it right at the bottom of the card so the card still stands up, or I'll show you how to pop a bit of acetate in. Now, little tip, when you're holding this in place with a bit of tape, put the tape on the bottom part of the card, because essentially this is what's going to get cut away. So when we bring this on, pop this in our plates here. Now I'm using these in the junior. They all work beautifully well in the junior. They're going to work fantastically well if you want to use them in your large Gemini machine. I mean, they will fit through your mini and your Gemini Go. However, the idea is that you're positioning them in a place on a card. So for all the die itself will fit through, you want to position them, so you want a good sized card to position this onto. So you see, we bring this on here. Now, as simple as this gets, you see, this then lifts away, I should have done a little bit of a pop of the die before we go, but look how easy it is to just lift all of these parts out. All right, so you're going to just sit and pop all of these out. I won't sit and pop them all out this second. By the way, these letters are going to be brilliant for you to use if you want to paper piece them back into a card at some point, right? And because it's not a complex die, all of these pieces will release out of the card absolutely no problem. Even all these little, like I like to put these little dotty bits in and knock them all out, right? So I should have totally run this through another time to emboss it, and these pieces will just fall out in front of your eyes. Save you the 20 seconds it's taken me to do a little bit of poking, right? So once you've got all the pieces out, if you wanted to make this, see, this would make a wonderful card just standing up on the side on its own like that. And because there's a little bit, and if I put a little bit of black card in the background, you will see this a little bit easier. Can you see? You can really see it stand out now, right? Or if we want to make it a card like this that's going to stand up, all you need to do, I've got some construction acetate here. If you don't have any construction acetate, my recommendation would be it should be absolutely something you want to be keeping in, because it's oh, there's my pokey tool on the floor, because it's such a handy tool to have, right? So I'm going to take this in here, and I'm going to bring this along, and we're going to cut this to 4 inches, right? And we're going to do 4 by 6, because that's what size our card was, right? And the 4 by 6 is going to go into our card. Now, bear in mind, it's important to use the right adhesive all the time. So I'm going to use my straight tape adhesive for all of these parts. Oh, that one's on its way out. So you're going to use your straight tape adhesive for coming down here. But then what you can do, I don't appear to have one of my dotty tape pens today. Oh, you've got one, have you, Joe?
Sorry, I stole it. How'd you catch
Oh,
it?
that's what, go and catch. I'll catch. Way, off we go, right? So I'm going to use my dotty tape pen behind where we've got all of the text, so that you won't actually see it. Now, here we go. Where's my acetate? Right. So my acetate just goes in the back. You can see it's exactly the same size as the card, so that then when we stick this down, that then gives me the illusion of the floatingness, right? So if you want it to float, that is what you're going to do to have the illusion of it floating. Now, that was literally the basics of how it works. Let me show you now a few cards. So we've done this one. You could be doing, you know, I've talked about that stepper, where you have the, you just do a double step, and then we cut it onto the front of the step. Here is a larger card with that floating with the acetate behind, like what I've just shown you. Doesn't it look fantastic when you've got that illusion and it's a little bit higher up? Now this, I think, is really, really good. I love the idea of a trifold card, and then we put the cut onto the front of a trifold card. You could be cutting it just into the front of a card and layering it up with different coloured paper. Can you see this one here where we've just cut the hello, reversed it and cut the hello on the other side? This is just showing it, like I said, with a thank you, with the coloured card behind. I really think the other colour sets it off. Just cut them out and stick them on the front of a card. You know, and you don't have to take them all straight. This one's been put on a slightly jaunty angle. There's a lot of these I've repeated a few times. Now, one of my favourite cards to do, I'm going to see if I can find it here. And actually, I've got quite a few favourites, haven't I? I love this one here, right? So I love doing the Z fold card and having that cut along the base. In fact, you know what? I will get myself ready. Why don't I show you that one as another demo now? I'll get my cardstock ready and I'll do that one. Just give me a second to clear down.
Absolutely. Whilst you do that, Sarah, let me just run you back through everything that you're getting included in here. It's the Edgeables, of course. So the best way to get the best value is to go for the main collection. You've got everything in here that you need. So you've got happy birthday. You're going to get good luck. You're also getting best wishes. Hello. Thank you. Congratulations. With love. And also thinking of you as well. So you're getting all of those. £45 in the UK, $75 if you're in the US. They've sold out time and time and time again here in the UK. Really, really struggled to get them in stock. They are in stock right now. Grab them whilst we've got them. If you did want to cherry pick as well, you can do so. 2 for £14 or $21, but the best value comes in getting that larger collection. Now, something else that would go brilliantly with your Edgeables is, of course, the flower forming foam. So this deal that we've got at the moment includes 15 sheets of the flower forming foam, 2 die collections in here. So you're going to get the lily and you're going to get the peony. You're getting the petal distress tool, the ball tools and the foam, and also 400 of the stamens. You're saving 35%, so it's a great deal here. £40 or $50 to get you all of that as well. And these two go really nicely together. So make sure you grab them whilst they're in stock at the moment. Now, the foam, yes, I must remind you of the foam here. So we've got 21 sheets of the foam for you here. You're going to get a really lovely vast array of colours. So you've got some beautiful yellows in here. You've got some whites in here as well. It's a great opportunity for you to get stocked up on all of these. £13 if you're in the UK, $22 if you are in the US. So grab those whilst they're in stock, because that's really the consumable element, the bit that you're going to go through. It's great to stock up on the extras of those as well. Right, I'm going to hand you back to Sara because I think she's ready for her next demonstration.
Yes, I'm going to do that, Joe, but you know what you were saying about the foam there? This is why these two work so beautifully well together, because look how simple this card is. It is literally, it's exactly what I've just taught you, which I don't know where on earth I've put it. I think it's underneath my little pile here somewhere. I've tied it up. But it's exactly what I've just taught you. One of the die cuts, and then look, with some little flowers in the corner. How incredibly simple, and just with a little bit of colour behind, and it just makes it pop. So where we've done some of those gorgeous flowers and you just want to stick them on, I think they would look fantastic. Now anyway, I did promise you I would show you how to make this one. It is fast becoming one of my favourite cards with the Edgeables, right? Now let me show you. All you're going to do, I do it all on this, or do it all on the one, right? Let's just get a piece of cardstock. We are going to fold our card at the halfway point, which is just one little notch before the 6, right? And then we're also going to fold it at the quarter-way point, which is the 3. Now, so it's not exact, right? But it's going to be close enough. Or, the other way, if you want to do it a little bit more precisely, so I'll just show you that there. Let me do it on a piece of black card. Yes, I've got a piece of black here. So what I like to do, if you want to get it a little bit more exact, push it up to the edge, just pop it out a tiny little bit. You might not even have seen that. So this is pushed right up to the edge, and then I just knocked it out a tiny little way. Then I'm going to do my 6 inches, all right, and my 3. And that should pretty much give me an accurate halfway fold. Yeah, it does. And a fold back, right? Then what you're going to do, turn this round, and we're going to cut this to 6 inches square, which cuts me a little piece off the bottom, all right? So can you see you've got that little piece that's left over? Now, I've got the white one that we did. Here's the white one that we did. So let's do exactly the same, okay? You're going to take it to 6 inches. You're going to cut that little piece off the bottom. And if I show you how this whole card works, so there is your base card, right? And all you do is you flip this one over, and then it connects onto the front. And that's how you get the Z fold, right? Show you that once more. Here's my black one. So I've essentially folded it in half and then done it as a fold back from one full sheet of A4 or 8.5 by 11. This flips over, sticks down at the 2 sides, and that gives you a Z fold. Now what I'm going to do is, the reason I showed you it twice is I'm going to do one in white and one in the black, right? So my white is just a tiny little bit too long here. So all I'm going to do is just trim off the edge. And that's just because, did you see I did the white not quite at the right size? Yep. So here we go. Right. So there is our base. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add on one of our dies. So bear in mind these dies are 6 inches. So it's just the perfect size to do this card with. So all we do is we pop this on here, and I'm going to have it just under there. And then what this will do, obviously, you know when I said this would fit in your mini? This is how awesome it is, just going to fit perfectly in your mini. So it literally becomes a super quick and super simple project. So feed that right through the mini, and you're going to need to cut it twice, right? So we've cut it once on the top half. This just lifts away, and I'm going to just try and peel this off and then tap out all my extras, right? I'm going to line this up again. So I'm just going to fold that over because we don't want, this is why it's brilliant to have it on the Mini. I want the width loaf on here, and then I want to join this up, but I'm not quite going to cut right off the edge. So let's pop this out the edge of my machine when we got, can you see when we get to the fold line? So I'm going to stop it at the fold line, and I'm going to send this through. I tell you what, I love the idea that you could absolutely whip up one of these cards, Joe, in about 10 minutes straight. It's that quick and that easy to do. So this whole thing falls away. That is going to peel out of here. Then here's my card to bring it back in. And I've got my little bit of tape down this side. And then also a little bit of tape on here. But remember, you want that dotty tape pen as well along this part, right? And then this is going to connect on here. And then this folds in. And this half here just connects beautifully well onto the base there. So there we go. You can see just how easy it is to do. I've got a right mess going on here. But look how easy it was to do that Z fold card. It's just about having the technique, okay? Now, when you've got a super simple card like this, now I've done it in black and white to really show this off. But you imagine that we'd use some of our beautiful papers to decorate this. And then you could just take a couple of these. Oh, yes. In fact, let's get that out, right? So we've got our glue gun. So all I'm going to do is pop a little bit of glue. Oh, we need a new glue stick in there. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue onto the base here, right? And that is just going to give me that lovely set onto the back here. That looks absolutely incredible, right? And then if you're taking that with a flower and then you just wanted a nice, you know, if you've got some nice bits of coloured paper, for example, some nice pattern papers, I think this one would look really nice. A little bit of a pattern paper in the background on that one there, you can see is going to really set it off. But I think I just wanted you to see how, just with a few tools, these dies, if you've got really simple cards, because the sentiment is incorporated in. With every card, you've got your background paper, you've got your focal piece, and you've got your sentiment. When you can make the focal piece and the sentiment all one and the same thing, cards become quick and easy to do and really effective. I mean, these are the sort of cards whereby if you've forgotten somebody's birthday, you can chuck this out in like 10 minutes. Look, he's a little bit more with that flower forming on. This is just one of those gatefold cards where you fold it in and then you're just going to ink along the edge, highlight the edge. We've got that gorgeous flower in the corner. Just looks wonderful. I'd actually like, if we get time, to come back and demo this one.
Ooh, okay.
Just put it out there. Just put it out there.
We'll see how we get on for time. We've got plenty of time at the moment. We've got an hour and 5 minutes left with us this evening. Now, I'll recap the deal on the Edgeables in just a moment. Before I do, I need to tell you about something else that's very, very busy. It is the twin pack on the Centura Pearl. So you're getting... Wow, you're getting 76 sheets in total in here. So it's made up of the precious metals. I just love that luster, that shine that you get from Centura Pearl. On the metallics, it's absolutely amazing. It's got the platinums, the bronzes, the coppers in there. 36 sheets made up. It's easy for me to say, isn't it? 36 sheets there in the metallic, and also then 40 sheets. This one's my favourite. In the pastels, I'm seeing new baby cards made out of this. Would be gorgeous. So you've got the greens, the lilac, the yellows, and we've got the beautiful blues in there as well. That is just like a little, if that was a lollipop, I'd give it a lick. That's what it reminds me of. It's like summer, isn't it? It's beautiful. So grab those. £13 if you're in the UK, or $20 if you're in the US. I want to take a moment just to recap that deal on the Edgeables that we've just seen as well. So you're going to get 8 of them. You're going to be getting in this collection. Happy birthday, good luck, best wishes. Hello, thank you, congratulations, with love, thinking of you. All of those, £45 if you're in the UK, $75 if you are in the US. That's over a quarter off for you there. If you want to get them, you can get them in 2s as well. There's a little saving there. 2 for £14, I believe they are. But the best way to get the best value is to go for that deal that's on your screen right there. The flower forming is very, very busy. In here, you're going to get 15 sheets of the foam, 400 stamens, the ball tools, you're going to get 2 sets of the dies, and the petal distress tool as well. Am I right in thinking they would go through the Gemini Mini, Sara? The flower forming dies? Yeah,
All
they're
of
the ones
them?
that went through.
All of them.
Perfect. Make sure, in that case then, you've got your Gemini Mini.
I'm just going to warn you, that
busy.
was the wrong picture of the peony on that picture, but it's exactly the peonies that I showed you.
Wonderful.
Right? Don't
So,
worry. That's
you
the,
will
that's
get
the,
the peony.
that's the stamp and
What was
die
that?
for the peony.
Yeah, so
Yes,
the
we'll
one,
get you the actual flower forming one.
the one you want is the one you'll get, no worries. Now, the Gemini Mini, very busy. You get the bag included completely free of charge in this deal, so that means you're saving 30%. The bag should be $12.99 and the machine should be $29.99. So a great deal on that one. Get the bag whilst it's there completely free of charge. Now, something else that happens every week on a Monday, of course, is our ambassador. Now, I must say, I'm going to do a shout out. Our craft ambassador, I need more craft ambassadors for this week. I'd love to video call some of you this coming Friday. So I've got a couple of hours in the diary where I can video call some of you. We can have a little bit of chat about what you've been up to, what you've been crafting, what your favourite products are, what you've been making. CC ambassadors at crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send me a picture of one of your recent makes. Then I'll email you back and we'll try and arrange it for Friday. Now, a few weeks ago, I had a chance to have a little sit down and have a video call with the lovely Sara. Take a look. And this week's craft ambassador is the lovely Sara from Warwickshire. Sara, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well indeed. How are you?
Good, thanks. Are you getting plenty of crafting done at the moment?
Absolutely.
What have you been working on recently?
Well, I tend to do birthday cards at the moment, but with the classes that you're doing, teaching different things, I've got quite a big crafty stash, and there's things that I haven't used, and it's like, right, okay, I'm fetching those out. I'm going to give that a go. So I've got my my cutouts from this morning's show.
Oh, fabulous.
So I'll be doing those this afternoon with my watercolours, which I haven't used yet.
Oh, fantastic. Well, make sure you send us in pictures of that. You are this week's craft ambassador, so you are the winner of the coveted craft ambassador mug. Will be winging its way to you. I usually give all of our craft ambassadors a bit of an interrogation. Can you remember, Sara, what was the first thing that you ever made?
Made would be a Christmas card.
Oh.
I've only started crafting since July and sort of played with it for a few months, and then this year's Christmas cards were ones that I made, so I'm fairly new to it all.
Oh, how fabulous. I love it when we get a new crafter on. And what would you say then are your top 3 crafty products?
Right, it would have to be my Gemini Junior, my
Brilliant.
Guillotine,
Fabulous.
and of course the Pokey Tool.
Wonderful. What is life without a pokey tool, Sara? Well, Sara, it was absolutely wonderful chatting to you. We'll get this popped in the post so you can enjoy our shows here on Crafters TV, having a cuppa out of your mug. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have weeks and weeks full of crafting. So take care.
Take care, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The lovely Sara from Warwickshire. There was a real pleasure to have a chat with her. That was recorded a couple of weeks ago. I know I said about it earlier, but please get your emails in. I'd love to speak to more of you this coming Friday. CC ambassadors at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send us a picture. I'd really love, so we've had lots of our UK viewers, we've had lots of our US viewers as well. I'd really love a European ambassador as well. I mean, I'm happy to speak to all of you, but I'm just thinking they're the only part we haven't represented yet. So I know a lot of you tune in from Germany and Denmark and Italy, so it'd be lovely to speak to some of you too. Now, Joe wants to know this week, how did you meet your significant other? A couple of you, you've outdone yourself. Some of these stories were amazing. A couple more. Sam McDonald said, I worked in telecommunications in the lost and stolen line, and my husband worked in a different call queue. And 20 miles away, as a customer, he worked in a different call queue, he worked in upgrades, and 20 miles away, a customer came through who lost his phone and was eligible to upgrade. Customer wanted to upgrade, so spoke to my current husband husband has said, I like your voice. Can I have your mobile number? But he said, no, I'll take yours instead. When I finished my shift at 12:30 a.m, he sent me a text and we've been together for 17 and a half years and married for 13 in June. How sweet is that? One more whilst I'm here as well. My brother was in the Navy and the ship was getting ready to head to Tonkin Gulf during the Vietnam War. My college roommate asked if there were any sailors who would like a pen pal, and my brother said he would. 3 letters later, he'd have made arrangements to come home to meet her. I joked that he should bring someone home for me so we could double date. He showed up at the airport with his shipmate, and so it all began. My brother and my roommate celebrated 51 years of marriage last December, and his shipmate and I celebrated 51 years last week. How amazing is that?
I've got an absolute lump.
That's amazing, isn't it?
That is just amazing. You're making my day, guys. I'm loving these stories. These are lovely.
They are fantastic. That was Katie Braun-Williams that sent that in. That was a beautiful, beautiful story. Now, I asked you to show off and send me pictures of you in your apron with your mug. Gwen has sent us a picture, absolutely rocking the Crafter's Companion apron with the Superfan mug as well. You look fantastic. Who's the next one we got? Hattie, rocking the mug and the apron as well. It's lovely to see you all. If you've been eyeing one of our aprons, and we know that you know we could only get them on HSN in the US, I think we've got a very small quantity just for our Crafters TV viewers. All I can say is come back here Wednesday. Can't promise too much. Been trying really hard to get you some of those. Now, talking about something that happened this morning, the masterclass, foil press masterclass. We're going to recap some of the techniques with Sara in just a moment. I want to share with you the details of the mystery bag that we had on the show today. So the mystery bag, £25 or $30 to get £90 or $90 worth of value. So in each one, you're going to get one of our foil stamp backgrounds. Now this one here, these backgrounds retail for about $24.99. So that's really covered the cost of your mystery bag. You're going to get a frame. You are going to get a corner and a border. You're going to get a embellishment. You're going to get a sentiment as well. You're also then going to get not one but two of our foils included too. So here I've got a rose gold and a cerise. Who knows which one you will get. But what you will get, what I can guarantee, is that you will get at least £90 or $90 worth of product. It's actually more likely to be over $100 worth of product in your bag. Very busy. Over 60% now of the stock of that has already sold out and gone. So do be quick for it. Now, talking of foil press, I need to give you a heads up on the deal that we had this morning on the foil press. It was so incredibly busy. And you need to see why, because normally you'd pay $99.99 for the foil press and you'd get everything that's in the box. You'd get 2 dies in the box. You'd get the heat resistant mat, the squeezers, you'd get your what are they called? Tweezers, that's the thing. I was going to say tweezers. The thing you do your eyebrows with then. Tweezers, you get those included. You get a gold foil in there. You get your user manual as well. However, today is a very special day because you'll get all that. That's all in the box that you can see on the top of your image there. But you're also going to get an extra 2 foils included. You're going to get one of our radiating dies, foil stamp cut dies included. You're going to get one of our beautiful border foil stamp dies included as well. And we're going to give you the bag. Now that totals £77 worth of extra value, which is amazing. And also you've got a great deal in the US as well. In the US, it's not far off $100 worth of extras that you're getting included there as well. So it's a fantastic day to grab that. Something else that you might want to go with in conjunction with your foil press would be the Foil Stamp and Cut Die Creator Card collection. These are fantastic. They're a one-pass wonder. They're going to foil, they're going to cut, they're pretty much a card ready to go. You just whack a sentiment on there and you've got something beautiful. $74.97 or $89.97. The Monday Mega Deal. We only hold this for 24 hours. We actually launched it early this morning because we had that wonderful foil press show. £40 to get you all 4 of those. They're super versatile and they make beautiful sort of 5x5 style cards. You don't really need to add anything else to them. You've got the sentiment in there and you've got your mats and layers sort of pretty much taken care of for you. Very busy on those as we knew. They would be. Keep getting your pictures in. We love seeing your pictures. I'm going to go through the comments as well. I know a lot of you have moved across now to the website to watch and shop at the same time. You can do that, of course, on our website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. But I know Sarah is excited to share with you more demonstrations.
You know what I think you should be doing? You should just have us on the big telly. Right, so you're watching us on the big telly, then you can have your laptop or your iPad out, and you can be watching us and seeing and shopping at the same time, and then actually you could be commenting away on your iPhone or whatever on Facebook. So you can be multi-screening. You'll be sick of the sight of me and Joe in your living room if we're everywhere. Right, now, foil press. So this morning we did a whole 2-hour masterclass. What I would say is either if you already own the machine or if you're going for the machine today, when you get it delivered, go back, get some scraps of card, one of your rolls of foil out, sit and do the masterclass with me, because there was nothing that was here's one I've prepared earlier. We literally can work along at the same time together. I'm going to give you a little bit of a taster of that if you missed it this morning, or a little bit of a refresher for those of you that were watching. In fact, let me know if you were watching this morning or not, and I'm going to take you through it. Now, foil press machine. This is the machine itself, okay? And basically, it is an upgrade to your Gemini machine. So I'm just going to show you it kind of from the side so we can get it all in. It's a multi-part product. So if I just take this off and take this part off here, this is the crux of everything. Right? It is your plate. So this is the plate that heats up and goes through either your Gemini Junior or your regular Gemini. This is the base piece, which has all of the electrics that does all of the heating up and whatnot. This just plugs into here. Once you plug it in, once it's a temperature, did you see that was red and then it went green. So you've got a low, a medium and a high temperature, and you've got all of your control settings here. So for example, this is minutes and seconds. If you know there's a project that needs 10 seconds, you just set it to 10 seconds and then we're ready to press the start button. Now, rather ridiculously, I'm going to put this, I might be able to put it the right way up. Yay, look at this. Right, I'm going to put it the right way up and I'm going to squidgy myself along, right? So if I move this along here, I can try and get this so that, yes, you can see it. See, that's what I couldn't do this morning for some unbeknownst reason to myself. I did everything upside down for everyone. Now, all you need other than that is this instruction booklet. It's going to walk you through everything, and actually all you need is the front cover. You just need the inside of this front cover. So I'm going to follow here. Now we're going to start with the very basics. If you are going for the machine today, for goodness sake, get yourself that goodie bag, because I tell you what, that is a deal absolutely not to be missed. Now I'm just going to take out, in the goodie bag, you'll get a background, you'll get a word, you'll get a body, you'll get all the different types that we do, and you'll also get some foil to start. So all I'm going to do is cut myself a little bit of foil, all right? And I'm going to use a little piece of foil. Oh, I tell you what, have I picked up the multi-surface paper craft foil? No, we're okay. No, I have picked up the multi-surface. Let's have a look. I'm going to work with paper craft foil just because that's what you're getting at home, right? In your goodie bag, you'll get the paper craft foil to start with, and I'll talk you through the different types of foil in a second. Now, if we're going to follow this, right? Watch here. You've got foil stamp dies. And then we've got foil stamp and cut dies. Now I'm going to just focus on just this part first because we're just going to do foiling dies. And we're going to go onto this black cardstock here. So we want 300 GSM cardstock. So I'm looking along this line. And it tells me here, for a small die, I want it on low temperature in 10 seconds. Medium die would be 15. Large die would be 30. Now a small die is less than a third of the space of the foil press. A medium is 2/3 and a large covers most of the surface. So this here is most definitely a small. So small 10 seconds. So I put this on, it's already set on 10 seconds, we press start. Now all you're going to do is literally get this ready to go through the machine. So as it counts down, when it gets to 0, you'll hear the beep. There it is. You put the foil face down. Yes, it's opposite to what you would think. So you're looking at the non-shiny side, right? Pop all that together. Then all you're going to do is lift this towards you. Can you see? I didn't pull it up. I just slid it towards me. And I just offer it through the machine. And that will just feed it through the machine. Apply the exact right amount of pressure to the heat where it was exactly the right amount of heat. Now, I put it back on. Notice I haven't plugged it in. I just sit it on the top until I'm ready to need the heat again, because otherwise you'll just end up overheating the base platform, and then if you get that base platform overheated, it's just gonna end up warping and you'll not get as long use. It's just about good plate usage. Now, while you're on the close-up, can you see here? We then just peel this away and you get this wonderful transfer onto the background, right? Now let me show you, that is with your base background sentiments, okay? So if I plug this back in, let's do this now also. Do you want me to, shall I do one of the backgrounds? Yep.
Yes, that'd be great. I just need to give everyone a little bit of a heads up, Sara. Some of the deals from the show I haven't pulled through into this show. So the foil press, if you want to shop for the foil press or the foil press mystery bag, if you can't see it within this show, Monday Makers, go back to this morning's show. So just the one below from this morning, click through there and you'll find both the deal for the foil press and for the mystery bag will be in there, which is where you'll find them. Someone was saying as well, do they store, Bernie was saying, when you store your foil press, do you keep the base and the heat plate separate or together when you've unplugged it and you store it?
I always keep mine just together, but I would definitely recommend, if in doubt, keep them separate, it won't hurt. What I don't want you to do is lift this upwards, right? So this, I'm just waiting, by the way, in case you wonder, because we're on red, because I'd left it unplugged, so we're not at temperature. So I'm just waiting for it to come at temperature. You're going to pull it towards you. You're not going to lift it up, right? Okay. Because you don't want to damage these sensors here. So I'm just going to give it a second. While I do that, we can choose a nice colour of foil. Oh, there we go.
I'm ready. People are commenting that in the Facebook comments.
So we put that on and we'll start the countdown, right? I'm going to do this in a nice piece of the green foil. And I've just cut that roughly to the size, and I think I've got a nice piece of black cardstock. Oh no, see, this is the sort of stuff you should be doing, not with 15 seconds to spare, but you know, it's not going to hurt.
Eileen said she ordered it this morning, Sara. She's still a little bit concerned about which way round dyes and foil needs to go.
No problem. So I will walk you through it now. So we're 3, 2, 1, and we're off, right? So I've got my die facing up. You should never be looking at the colour. The colour should be touching the die, right? I know it feels wrong, but trust me, it's right. You should look at the dark side because that's what's going to stick to your cardstock. So you pop this on. You pop the top plate on, right? We're just going to pull it towards us. So I quite often keep my hand on the top so that I don't lift that up. And then you can pop this through. Now, if you do at any point want to protect your fingers, you do get the finger grippers. Now, Leanne would go mad if she was here and I wasn't using them. She says I should always be using them to set a good example. I've just realised I've still got that iron on as well. I think, well, maybe you'll be all right. I just won't remember not to burn myself in case we get back to some flower forming. Right, so can you see, when we now release this, and if I peel this, I'm going to peel it to that nice close-up camera. Look at that and how you have the perfect transfer. I mean, that is absolutely perfect. And if it says 30 seconds in the instruction manual, do 30. Don't think you're being clever giving it a bit longer.
Anne's asking, sorry, if we have to let the dies cool down or can we just go ahead and use them again?
Right, really good question, really good. Quite often I go straight in again, but I wouldn't wait a full 35 seconds. Okay. I'd adjust it down a little bit. Now I know that that's warm. I'd probably maybe only give it 10-15 seconds to warm back up. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to show you how we can foil the waste. This is something, so this bit here is not waste, it's leftover. What is it someone said this morning, Joe? I loved it. They said, you foil one, you get one free. So I put my foil on facing upwards, then I'm going to put my cardstock on there that we're going to foil onto. Now, I would say give yourself a minute, right? I'm just going to put this lid on to keep the heat in. Give yourself a minute with the all over foil background, because what you want to do is you want to get it just nice, kind of like a, if you want it to transfer really nicely, I would say I've learned with an all over foil background, a minute is a good amount of time. I would say if you're just using like a little bit of a frame or something, then about 30 to 40 seconds is adequate. Now, there's my gorgeous background. So that's the main base of the background. Do you know, I did have some ribbon earlier and I'd foiled onto some ribbon, although goodness knows where I have put that. So, yeah, just to let you know. There, yeah. We'll if we find it, we can always foil onto a bit more. Joe, if you've got any over there, I would absolutely love a bit of ribbon.
Oh, I have got ribbon somewhere.
Yeah, I did. Oh,
here, look, I've got some here.
Look at he's got
It's only narrow though, is that all right?
No, we can foil anything, Joe. Yeah, just send it over. We'll try and foil a bit of ribbon. Yeah, send a couple of colours over. I'll try a bit of everything, right? So, this is about to be right. Now, silly Sarah didn't have a shim. What you do need is a cardstock shim, in fact 2. So if you're just foiling your leftover waste, you want a couple of sheets of cardstock as a shim, right? So it's going to go onto this card. I'm going to put my couple of sheets of cardstock shim, and because there's no dye in, you're basically making up for the dye with the 2 sheets of the shim and your magnetic, all right? So we've got basically plenty of pressure. We need more pressure because we are foiling all over the background. So this is how you foil and use up all of that waste. And actually, after I finish this, I'm going to show you, I've got loads of stuff I want to show you. I want to show you how you do the Stampin' Cut dies. Then we're going to try them radiating foil dies that you've got. I've got all sorts, Joe. I'll just keep crafting and you have to give everybody whatever updates, because I'm not getting into trouble if people have, if things sell out while I'm doing this, right? So can you see, if I peel this off now, you get that, this is the waste here, right? So there's the waste. Here is the transfer of the background. So when we trim that one down as well, you're going to have basically a foiled background and a foiled left. You foil one, you get one free.
People are asking as well,
look
Sarah.
at the 2 different. Don't they look fantastic?
Beautiful.
Completely different look on the 2 of them. Let's have a look. Oh, you go on the close up there.
People are asking about double foiling with the waist as well. Now, what's that all about?
Oh,
I've not seen that.
Oh, now, so what you do is, whereas I foiled that onto the black, right? If you then foil onto here, the foil will only go where you've got a gap.
No.
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Wow,
Honestly,
that sounds amazing.
There is so much you can do. Right, let's have a look. You can chit chat, Joe, if you want. Look, I've got my pen. You can chit chat. It's all right.
Fabulous.
I'm going to show you what you do. I'm going to do, just so you know, I'm going to use the frame which you've got in the in your goodie bag. That goodie bag is absolutely outstanding, right? So I'm going to use the frame. When you're using the frame, you do need to add on this here, right? Because we're basically going to need to increase the cutting space. And all I'm going to do is follow this on, and I'm going to, have I got a bit of glitter card here? Is that glitter card?
Have you got some? I've got some over here if you need some.
Oh, is this going to fit?
Fabulous.
This is going to just about, I tell you what, it's a bit tight, but I have got, here we go, the bit that I was using this morning. Right, there we go. So we've got a nice, we'll do it onto the nice magenta, right? So I'm going to use, now interestingly, we're in the foil Stampin' Cut section, right? So we're going to go into this section here. However, there is no glitter card on here. So I'm going to try and take the closest thing in principle. So I'm going to guess it's like mirror card, because it's like a coated card. So for a medium die, it needs 45 seconds. I'm going to give it a bit longer. I'm going to give it about 50 and try it onto the glitter card, just because it's slightly different. So that's what we're going to do, Joe.
Wonderful. Hannah's asking, can you buy the foil pressed bag separately? Yes, you can, I believe. You'll find it over on the website. It's $29.99 in the UK. Roxanne saying she's excited. Her order is arriving today. Tracy saying, I love my foil press. Use it to make 9 Easter cards. They turned out great. My family said they were so beautiful. Patricia saying, I enjoy using my foil press all the time. It's so easy and makes everything, love this word, fancier. It really does make things fancy, doesn't it?
It really does. I love that idea. Makes it fancier. I'm just showing everybody the 2 different glitters, by the way. So the 2 different golds, I'm going to use the gold sparkle one. Bit of sparkle on sparkle, you can't have too much.
We had some pictures in this morning as well, and I must say, these are those radiating dies. They look absolutely beautiful in these colour combinations, and I would see them a lot in sort of blacks and silvers or black and white card. Love the pastels that have been used there as well, and you could do something like that with the pastels we've got on the show today. Would work beautifully with those, and you can see here another one foiled there as well. Absolutely beautiful. Is how they look. So if you want to send us any pictures of anything you've been doing, you absolutely can by emailing studio@craftscompanion.co.uk.
That one there that you talked about, Joe, that is one of our dies that's been foiled.
Ah, see.
So you don't just have to foil your foil press ones, you can actually foil all of your dies. Now, can you see we have this? You don't want to see the gold. If you can see the gold, because essentially you've got the carrier sheet with the front of the gold, right? So if you can see the gold, you're going wrong. I think we've just about got that covered. Yep, perfect. Then I'm going to go face down with my glitter card as well. Because we're foiling and cutting at the same time, we need to add our metal plate in. And then we put the top plate on and away we go through.
Wonderful. Loads of you still commenting along. Roxanne saying beautiful. Should we have one more of our Joe Wants to Know while we're here? A quick one.
Oh, yes.
Sandy Jones says, I met my husband on a blind date. We were set up by mutual friends. Blind dates can go two ways. You fall in love and get married, or you will have a new friend. Just a FYI, my parents met on a blind date. We're married 52 years. My in-laws met on a blind date and I'm married 63 years. My sister and husband met on a blind date and I've been married 31 years. Who says blind dates never work out, eh?
I tell you what.
I said I want them to set me up with someone.
Yes, absolutely. We need a bit of matchmaking going on here.
That was Sandy who sent that in.
Look, well, Sandy, that is fabulous to know. Let's have a look. I'm trying to go at the right place with it. Look at that. Doesn't that look fab, Joe? Just look down.
Gorgeous.
It's underneath you.
Oh,
look down.
Oh, yes.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that was TV gold. I absolutely love that. We'll have to
do you know what we need to do? We need to do something. You know, you see those pictures on TikTok where I have like something and I drop it and then you catch it out of the bottom of the screen. That's what we need to play around with. Loads of you commenting. Christy has commented, said she's making a card for Captain Tom for his birthday. How amazing is that?
Love that idea. Love
yeah,
that.
if you're in the US, you might. I'm sure he's global news. I reckon Captain Tom.
I would hope
Captain Tom is a 99-year-old war veteran who has been doing 100. He wanted to do 100 laps of his house. It's quite a big house he lives on. You know, it's not a 2 up, 2 down, but he's doing 100 laps of it in order to raise much needed funds in the UK. And it's a real inspiration. It's sort of captivated the nation in these times. Go Google it and have a look at Captain Tom. It's going to be 100. I think it's next week or the week after. So loads of crafters are making cards for him. Apparently he's got a #1 single as well. I wasn't aware of this.
He's #1 in the UK charts.
Is he really?
Go on, Tom.
That's amazing.
Go on, Tom, son. Love it.
Oh wow, he's released a version of You'll Never Walk Alone. Yeah. I think it's the one, is it the one with Michael Ball on it as well? Oh, fantastic. #1 single, he's raised £26 million and he's just turning 100. What a man.
Bless him. Do you know, what an inspiration. What an absolute inspiration to us all, isn't he? Right, Joe, I'm lining up my demos now. I'm going to do one of the foil stamping cuts. Oh, he's looking down, but it's his iPad, not the heart. I'm going to do the radiating foil die. I've got this gorgeous cerise. Now, all of these are available on the website. All of the different foils are on the website.
They're 2 for £6, I believe, at the moment.
Yes, 2 for £6 or $7.
Wonderful.
So I would say definitely get stocked up on these.
Sarah's asking, can you foil the Edgeable dies?
Absolutely, you could foil the Edgeable dies. And now, when you foil your die, it just basically foils the raised die cut edge. And we did that in the masterclass this morning. So go on back and watch that. So you can either get this lovely delicate finish, or you can cut it out and foil the whole thing. So either way, it would look great.
It would.
So I'm putting that with my nice shiny silver part facing down. Then onto the mirror card, all right, and the mirror card goes face down. Then we need our metal shim. Then I'm going to put my top plate on here, and I'm going to send it through. Now, honestly, guys, do you know what I would say? I said this morning, right? You've got to remember I've had 2 kids, which means the number of brain cells swimming around here are not what they used to be. So people think I do all of this from memory. I don't. If you notice, every project I've done, all I've done is picked up the instruction manual and followed exactly what it said. It's the same technique and followed the time. And then I've just remembered, oh yes, well, do you know what? That's glitter card, not mirror card, so I'm just going to adjust it to this. There's nothing clever. You don't have to have a master's in foiling to be able to do this, and you won't always get it right. So let's have a look here. We haven't foiled it all onto this mirror card, and I've got no idea why, Joe.
I love that. No idea why.
It's just done the opposite. It hasn't stuck on at all, and I have no idea why. Yeah, I can tell you why. I'm not plugged in. So I've had it heating, but I haven't heated it up to the full amount, and it hasn't transferred. Do you know what? It is. I would stick it down and put it on again, my producers, but I can't get it exactly lined up to those foil bits. But it just shows you. But that was exactly the same one as what I did on here. But you know what? It just kind of shows you that I am only human. I'm doing the same thing as you guys. It's a bit of foil and a bit of card. It doesn't matter if you get something a little bit wrong. Just try it. Right, let's have a look. Should I do the should I do the one with the radiating? Yes?
Oh, yes, please. Love that.
Right, where is my... Oh, what an absolute tip I've got here now, Joe, going on, right? So when I open this up, I'm going to just take these off. Doesn't help that I've got a big mess going on everywhere. Right, plug this in, and you must wait for it to come up to temperature, right? Otherwise, you end up with a Sara jobby like what we've just had, right? So I'm going to do this onto acetate, and I've just cut the piece of foil exactly the right size. Now earlier, just to show you, if you want to go back and watch the techniques that I did, I showed everyone how to foil onto a napkin. So how wonderful if you're doing personalised, my birthday on Thursday, I don't know if I've mentioned that, just half a dozen times. So you could be doing little personalised foil things for whether it's birthdays, whether it's for weddings. Right, this was, you know that frame that we did? This was when I then foiled the waste of the frame onto a little bit of cardstock. You know how we said about doing some ribbon? So we did the ribbon with, you know that lovely foiled Christmas background? Oh, there we go, it's ready to go. That was the foiled ribbon we did. I'll just hit the reset button and get my instruction manual from somewhere. Right, so we're going material, we're going to acetate, 15mm acetate, middle, 15 seconds. So we'll go up to 15 seconds, right? Pop this on and hit start. So it's going to come down. So we foiled onto some ribbon. Someone who was asking about foiling your dies. So this was the special friend die that we die cut and foiled. This was where we just foiled it. So can you see, we just foil and get that really subtle outlook. Let's have a look, just going to put this through while it's going. Right, yes, we're at temperature now. Pop that on, pop the acetate on. If you're doing acetate, I always recommend give it a bit of a shim on there as well, just because the acetate's a little bit thin, right? We're going to pull this out and we're going to send this through here like this. So we did, I did some ribbons. I did some swirls. There's a fantastic bundle, by the way, this that we had on this morning's show, that has got these gorgeous swirls in it. And it's got basically all of our different swirls, because swirls are brilliant for foiling, right? Now, this was not the heat-resistant acetate, which is why it's kind of gone like this. It'll be fine by the time we flatten it all out. However, when we look how well that is, you can really see, you can see better from the waste of the foil how well that's foiled, as opposed to just from the front. Look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely spectacular? And that is onto acetate, so that would be brilliant for an acetate wrap on a card. It would be brilliant if you were going to use that over the front of a card, or if you were going to use that into a box, for example. Maybe it's a box aperture. It would look brilliant in a box aperture. So many things you can do with it. If you go back and watch that masterclass, I foiled onto some PU leather. So some faux leather we foiled onto looked brilliantly well. I foiled one of my regular dies onto some Nina card so that I could then do some colouring with it. There's where we did the swirls onto some ribbon. This is where we did our foil. So we foiled the word beautiful, and then we die cut the word beautiful and cut it out and foiled it. So can you see the two different types that we've got? Now I've got an absolute tip here, Joe. You're going to have to give me time to tidy up. And then there was another demo I wanted to squeeze in on those edgeables, wasn't that? Is that going to be all right?
Oh, I think we can just about manage that. Keep getting your comments in. Any questions that you've got about anything, you can get them in, and I will pop them across to Sara in this show. Still hundreds and hundreds of you watching on Facebook at the moment. We're having a very, very busy show. Should we have a little bit of a pens and paper recap? Kind of pens and paper. It's so what, 2011, isn't it? Pen and paper. You've got sticky notes now on your phone. Pen and paper's the thing of the past. What am I chatting about? This is your Monday mega deal. Very busy here. It's those foil stamp die. Foil, let me get that. Should we go with that again? Gemini foil stamp and cut radiating die essentials. In here you've got Shine Bright, Be Happy, Superstar and Dream Big. They make beautiful projects, especially like smaller 4x4 cards that are gorgeous made from that. You need nothing else really. £40 or $55 gets you all four. Now the foil press, this is a really, really remarkable deal, because normally $99.99 or $139.95 would get you everything that is in the box. Now in the box you've got your foil press itself, you've got some foil, you've got the mat, you've got the pincers, you've got the tweezers in there, you've got that guide on exactly how you're going to use that really clear, comprehensive and concise user manual. Then what we're going to do is give you extras. We're going to give you 2 of the foils included. We're going to give you a foil stamp and cut die included as well. We're going to give you one of those border dies included, and every single person that orders right now will get the bag worth $29.99 included. We have a lot less stock of the bag than we do of the machine. So if you want it, you think £77 worth of value there. If you take that off the cost of your foil press, you're getting the foil press for what, £23. It is amazing value for money. It's been very busy in the earlier show. If you want to shop that deal, do click through to the earlier masterclass show in order to find it. Some of you struggling to find it within Monday Makers. We had the Gemini foil stamp and cut die creator card collection on as well. You've got, these are fantastic because what you can do is run these through. They're a one-pass wonder. You're going to be able to foil with these, and then you can cut with them as well. It gives you that frame, so it means that pop a sentiment on there, a little bit of ribbon, an embellishment, and that is a gorgeous card done and ready to go. The flower forming collection is very, very busy. This in here, you're going to get 7 sheets of the foam. You're also going to get the stamens in there. You're going to get the ball tools, I should say. You've got 6 ball tools with mat. You're going to get the petal distress tool. You're going to get the lily, and you're going to get the peony. The picture there that you're seeing, it is a different die to the one there. It's the flower forming one. The one that you want is the one that you're going to get included. £40 or $50 to get you all of that as well. So very, very busy on all of that. Now the mini, really popular when we bring it to you, especially when we bring it to you with the free bag. I know this was out, I know we launched this and it was out of stock for a very, very long time. It is back. We'd normally charge $29.99 for it. You get the machine, the shim and the folder. However, if you grab it today, you can get it with the free bag worth $12.99 included, completely free of charge, which you love. Saving 30% there on that one as well. Now we must come back to the Edgeables because they are very, very busy, and I love these Edgeables because they are really super modern and just very clean and crisp, which is fantastic. So you can see here what these do. They cut that beautiful edge detail for you, and then what they also do is put your sentiment in too. So you can see you've got happy birthday within this one. Beautiful to paper piece these back together. Lots of different ways of using them. So that one's there. I've got thinking of you here, really lovely with the lemon behind it. We've got thank you as well. What I love about these, I mean, this card here, for instance, you can use them anyway, because you can use it that way completely, but also it could be that way up. It really doesn't matter. So loads of different ways of using them, whether it's landscape or portrait. And then we've also got one here that says best wishes. You can use your acetating with these as well. So if you go for the bundle that's on your screen, that's the best way to get the best value. And in there, you're going to get happy birthday, good luck. You'll also get best wishes, hello, thank you, congratulations, with love, and thinking of you. If you want to get them 2 for 14 or 21, you can do it like that, but the best way to get the best value is to get the deal right here on your screen. Keep sending in the photos or pictures of you with your aprons on. You can do that by emailing us at studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. If you're not in the US, if you missed out on them when they were over on HSN recently, exclusively for our Crafters TV customers, I might have a handful of them coming up on Wednesday. I say might because it's definitely not been confirmed. I'm nagging real hard. So watch this space is all I'll say. But I'm going to hand you back over to Sara in just a second. Before I do that, I'm going to share a couple more of these Joe Wants to Know with you. Lynn Ged says, a mutual friend introduced us. We've been together ever since, 41 years together, now retired in Spain. Thank you so much for showing my stenciled rose on Friday's show. Gave me a huge lift as not too confident in my colouring skills yet. Stay safe. You stay safe as well, Lynn. One more for you. Leslie Cullen says, through work, he sent people for jobs and I referred people to him. For our first date, he had to ask my dad if he could take me away for a dirty weekend. Ha 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 ha. She's like, now I know where your minds were going here, but no, truly it was a dirty weekend. We went drag racing at Santa Pod Raceway. The campsite was very, very muddy. I don't think drag race then and drag race now have the same connotation. I think they mean actual cars drag racing rather than men dressed up as women in high heels running along drag racing, which seems to happen on the telly and the kids are really down with. Back to you, Sara. Before I get myself in any more trouble, I'm just digging, I'm doing a Leanne here, I'm just digging and digging.
On that note, I better get started. Right. I kind of jumped in and said I wanted to show you how to do this card, because it means we get to do this lovely thinking of you, but then also we'll get to do a little bit of the, hopefully the flower forming to decorate it with, okay? So, here we go. If you want to do this card, right, let's have a look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2.5 inches in, right, and do a gatefold. So 2.5 inches in, gatefold. And then obviously if you wanted to double that, that would be 5. So 5 inches in, and we can do it. You always fold it away from itself first, by the way, in case you wonder why. And then I'm going to fold that in there. And then we need to trim this, because obviously we want the, I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're going to trim it off with our Edgeable, but I'll still trim it now just to show you in case you wanted to know how to do a 5-inch square gatefold, right? So if I wanted to cut that away, what we do is we're going to cut this to exactly 2.5 inches, right? So, oh crikey, no, I almost did that wrong. 2.5, so here's my 2.5 inches here, yep, and we're going to cut that off, all right? So there is our perfect gatefold down the middle, right? So I'm going to cut this, what did I say it was? The dies are about 6 inches long. So I'm going to cut this to 6 inches, and we have a perfect 5-inch wide by 6-inch long gatefold, right? And I'm going to take these and I'm just going to cut them one at a time up here. So let's have a look. Oh, silly me. We're going to go this way, Joe, because what I'm doing is essentially, oh, do you know what that, yeah, I'm going to put this as close to the end as possible. Now, if you wanted these to connect together, you would have let these two bits cross in the middle, right? But I'm not going to have them connect together. I'm going to have them cut on the edge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that one down. I'm going to stick it in place and we're going to send it through the machine. Now, I did promise you I would tell you my story of how I met my hubby, right? So, I met Simon, so I was only 15 at the time. And Simon was 19. So let me tell you, it was quite the scandal, right? And Simon was the star of our local cricket team. I'm going to move that iron before I burn myself. Simon was the star of our local cricket team, and my dad used to come and watch the cricket every Saturday afternoon. My mum used to pack me and my sister off with him, get us out the house for the afternoon, have an afternoon's peace, and we used to have to sit and watch this really dull, boring cricket. Well, actually, I quite enjoyed it. So we went with my dad for a few years watching the cricket, and my dad basically I got a job as the team's scorer. Let's have a look. I'm going to leave this on here, right, and I'm going to send it through another time with my embossing mat to give it. Am I going to send it with my embossing mat? I am possibly not going to send it with my embossing mat, but I'll send it through them with my metal shim, and that'll give me a little bit of a bite on the cut there, right? Just because I haven't got my embossing mat here. So my So my dad we used to go and watch the cricket, right? And so I became the team scorer, and then Simon, who always used to play for the second team, joined the first team this next year, and my dad started going to watch a different team play. So instead of me going to the cricket with my dad used to drop me off and let one of the cricketers take me through to the away matches, right? And every week I used to turn up for the match, and there was 11 players, but I only ever seemed to get a lift off Simon. He was always the first one there, and so I was always getting a lift with him. And it didn't register for me that, we'd be in Simon's little Nova, just the two of us, and then the next car I'd see 5 of them piled in. And there was, and there in Simon's car, there would just be me and Simon and all the bags. And I never ever connected the two things together, right? So this went on a couple of months that I just used to go and get a lift with him. And then one day he came in the score box and said, oh, you just live at the next village to me, don't you? To save your dad picking you up, save your dad dropping you off, I could come pick you up on the way if you want. If you give me your mobile number, I'll text you. So I was like, oh, that's very thoughtful of him.
That old chestnut.
So I give him my mobile number, and then he rang me the next day, and I said to him, well, there's not a match for another week. What are you ringing for? He said, oh, I wondered if you fancied a look out sometime. I said, well, no, just to the cricket match. Like, I just wasn't getting it at all. Anyway, he'd seen me playing tennis with one of my friends, so he assumed I must be really into that. He said, oh, well, I like tennis. I wondered if you want to go to the tennis courts and we could play tennis one day. So I remember I reluctantly agreed. Well, I was rubbish at tennis, and I had to borrow the little lad who lived next door. I had to borrow his tennis racket. So I borrowed little Joseph's tennis racket, and Simon came and he met me at the tennis courts. And then, of course, I think about 10 minutes in, he realised that I was rubbish at tennis and this was not going to be the way to win me over. And so quickly, he was like, oh, should we just have a little walk instead? So we didn't finish much of our tennis game. And then the next, so we went for a little walk. And then the next day, he rang me again. And I was thinking, oh, this is just getting a bit awkward now. Like, does he realise we haven't got a match for a few days? And he was like, oh, I wondered if you fancied a ride out to the beach. And so I was like, oh, well, okay. And there's a beach about half an hour away from us. So we had a ride out to the beach the next day. Well, anyway, that Saturday came round and the match, and all the lads were there for the match, and I was scoring, and we were playing at an away team's game, and I was up in the score box, and the score box looked down on the rest of the pitch, right? So the whole game, all the other lads kept shouting at him, was, Simon, watch the ball, not the score box. And it was then when the penny dropped, and I was just mortified, and I was like, oh my, and all these other cricketers were talking about me, and I was absolutely mortified. But yes, he never did ask me out. He just kept inviting me places, and I didn't have the courage to say no. And so the next day we went to McDonald's. Went to McDonald's drive-through and got a last of the big spenders. Yeah, we went to the McDonald's drive-through and got a McFlurry. That was a hot date when back 20 years ago when we were first dating. So that was how I met Simon, star of the local cricket team, and 20 years later, well, it's actually 21 years this year. So 21 years later, we've been married for 13 years this year.
Does he still play cricket?
No, he retired a couple of years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, when we had the kids, and obviously with the business being so busy, and I mean, he was really, really good. So he holds a national record,
For what?
So for having the most amount of runs in a 45-over match in the country. So
really?
For anybody who knows cricket,
impressive.
328 not out.
Wow.
I was there that day, clapped every ball. I was there for nearly every match. I was a proper cricket widow from the age of 15, I can tell you. It was cute. So,
I love this.
Yeah.
Loads of you still getting your response in how you met your partner. I see Shirley here says, I met my husband in a pub in January, moved in 2 months later, 4 months later we married. We knew each other 6 months when we married. It will be 32 years this year.
Oh, when you know, don't
when
you?
You know. Our Debbie's watching as well. Hi, Debbie. What are you like? The lovely Debbie Robinson is watching.
She'll be saying to me, what do you like, Sarah? Can't find your blooming embossing mat and having to sit and poke every one of these out. She'll be laughing at me through the screen, I tell you what.
Lots of you still commenting along. Oh, Melissa's saying, stop with the double Dutch bus, Joe. I still use pen and paper. Well, if it works for you, I'm still using pen and paper as well. I'm making notes over here as well. Sandra's saying how much she loves her Mini. Julie's saying it's her son's birthday. Hang on, let me get this right. Wish my son get his birthday. Is it getting excited about his birthday on the 23rd? He will be 26.
The 23rd? Well, that's a good day, isn't it? The 23rd of April, I would say,
was born on.
is the best. Shakespeare. Shakespeare was born and died on the 23rd. 23rd is St George's Day.
Anyone else we know?
Lots of people actually, but the most important of all, and the only one that you need to remember, Joe, and maybe producer Laura, because she bakes really nice cakes, is yours truly. Yes, 'tis my 36th birthday on Thursday. Our Oliver said to me, "Does that mean you're really old now, Mummy?" I said, "I really hope not, pet, because I'm only 36. I said, "More comments like that, though, and I'll be feeling really old, I can tell you."
Loads of you still commenting along. Lots of you talking about how you met your partners, which is lovely. I did say significant others as well. Lots of you talking about your cats and dogs as well. They all still count as well for all of us singletons that are out here, like myself and producer Laura. We're still waiting to meet our, husbands in a butcher's shop or something like that, or any of the other random fabulous places where you met yours. That card is looking gorgeous, though, Sara. I must say.
Thank you. It does look nice with a little bit of ink through, doesn't it? So I just thought we'll get that nice. Now look at the difference. Now that we've got that ink bit on there, right? And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to sit and do a couple of nice flowers to put on the two opposite corners. So beautiful. I've got some. Where did I put my little flower forming? Oh, here's my little flurry of flowers that are in the middle of being formed, right? So let's have a look at where I'm getting on, and let's finish another couple off. I love this this turquoise one, right? These look fabulous with a little bit of the ink on. Now they look great. Where have I just put that ink blending tool? I've just had hold of it, Joe, and I've just put it down somewhere.
Now, I've just had a note passed to me, Sara, held up to the studio door, that says that our floor manager, Jilly, met her partner, Phil, in a lay-by. Now, I feel like this needs elaboration. We can't just leave it there. So, Jilly, if you could just pop onto Facebook or just email the studio, just let us know how too many more questions than answers there, Chili.
Yes, indeed it is. I love that.
So Caroline is saying you do not look your age, Sara, which
I'll
is lovely and
absolutely
true.
take that.
Lovely and true. Deborah saying my husband was best friends with my cousin. I live 50 miles away, but when I came to town, he was always there. We started hanging out, dated 10 years and got married on that 10-year anniversary. We've now been married for 35 years. 3 kids later, no grandchildren, unfortunately, in capital letters. I see here. Maybe
is that
the time
a bit of a nudge, wink, wink? Yeah,
I think that is definitely
my
a nudge,
parents
wink, wink.
hinted. Crikey, I tell you what, we tried for a few years for our Oliver, quite a few years actually, and all I would get off my dad was, "Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? This is lovely, but wouldn't it be lovely now? The little pitter patter of tiny feet." And I just wanted to absolutely strangle him. As we would have the floods of tears every month when, time came and you realised it wasn't that. And I remember telling him later, he said, "Pet, I'm so sorry." But the thing is, every time he asked us, I didn't say, "Yes, Dad, we're trying, it's not happening." I just would say, "We're far too busy with work to be thinking about that, And I think he actually thought I was compromising, giving him grandchildren because I was really busy with work. I was like, "No, trust me, Dad, we're on it." Well, I couldn't tell him at the time that we were on it, but we were on it. But yes, sometimes all good things come to those who wait.
They really do.
Yeah.
You've got 2 fabulous little ones now. Your Charlie really does
cuties.
make me laugh. I don't know. There's something. It's just so funny. Charlie made rainbow cookies and sent one in for me today with a dragon. A dinosaur. What sort of dinosaur was it? I'm not very good with my dinosaurs.
Crikey, you're asking the wrong one here.
Was it a pterodactyl?
It wasn't a pterodactyl. That's a flying one. If I say it, I'm bound to say it wrong.
Okay.
And would get wrong of him because as we were getting ready for bed last night, I asked him what his favourite part of the day was, and he said it was when we were making cookies. And then he said, "But Mummy, I wish we had a pterodactyl cookie cutter as well." So I know. And then he said, "And a Spinosaurus one," and I'm thinking I must write to the CEO of Lakeland, who's done that little dinosaur collection of cookie cutters, and say, my son would very much like a pterodactyl and a Spinosaurus. So you might have had the one that looks like a rhinoceros. What's that one called? With a big horn on the front.
Is it the one and the...
Stegosaurus, I've remembered.
Stegosaurus. I got a Stegosaurus cookie, a rainbow cookie, and 2 beautiful drawings today. I was made up. I was bright.
Rainbows to go in your window. Joe crocheted them a beautiful rainbow, if you saw last week, which we've got hanging in the window. Go and have a look at my Facebook page if you missed it. So I said to them, I said, well, Joe hasn't got any rainbows in his window, boys. So they both sat and drew me a rainbow picture this weekend. Right, let's have a look. I've got some flowers, so we're going to make some of these flowers up, Joe. So we do need to get, do you want me to show you again how you do those? Let's have a look. I tell you what, I'm so organised. I've got, I can't remember where I've put all my stuff. And it can't have gone far, Joe. I only live in this little tiny space. Let me just
take a moment to recap then the details of that.
You do that. I'm going to just look for my
really busy. I'm still waiting for more information about how Gilly met her partner in a lay-by. I'll report back on that as soon as I can. Now, the flower forming, it's a great bundle that we've got for you on the show. So you're going to get 15 sheets of the foam. You're going to get the petal, let me try that again, the petal distress tool. You're also going to get the ball tools, the stamens, and 2 of the dies. So you've got the dies that allow you to make the lily and the peony as well. But remember, you can colour them up differently, use different coloured foam, you'll get something very, very different. Don't forget the Edgeable collection as well. This has sold out time and time again when we've launched this on Create and Craft here in the UK. I know it was very busy when we launched it over on HSN as well. £40 or 50, so £45, $75, or you can get 2 for £14 as well if you want to. It's completely up to you. The best way to get it is the best value is to grab the whole collection whilst we have it in stock. £45, $75. That is over 25% off. How are you getting on over there, Sarah?
Yes, so it turns out the basket was
here. Right there.
Just right there. Just right exactly where I've got more baskets of stuff. I've got my flat. Well, anyway, look, I found it, right? So let me show you again how we do those stamens. I'm just going to take a pair of scissors, right? And I'm just going to cut this in half. So this is just floristry wire, which is ideal, right? Now, you get 400 stamens in the pack, Joe, but you can always be stocking up on stuff like this on the website. Those are the sort of things that people get to try and make their order up to free postage or whatever, right? So if I just give these a twist, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get all of my stamens nice and tight at one end. So I'm holding the wire as tight as I can, there we go, and twisting it, and then just cut that off. So let me show you it again. I'm going to get a nice little bunch of about half a dozen. I think I've got a few more there though, but it looks really good when you've got a lot of them. You do want to line them all up roughly. Then we're going to just fold them in half and fold these together so that they're about the same size here. Twist them together so you've got this nice twist going on, all right? And then you're going to tighten the whole thing up. So we've got 2 nice little bunches of stamens there, right? There we go. Now, here's the big ones that I've just made. So we've got some small ones. So 1, 2 small ones. Then we've got large, so a couple of medium, couple of large, couple more large. Right, so here we go. So I'm going to go small. Let's take the edge off the tool again. Small, right, that's small from this one, medium, another medium, then into the large, then into another large, and another one, right? So there's our nice little bunchy flower, and I'm going to thread it right through, off the other end, thread my stamens through, and then we'll get that lovely bushy flower, right? I'm going to do exactly the same again, so small, and then we're going to go medium and medium again and some of the larger ones, right? So you've got small, medium and large, nice little bunch of them. You're going to feed them all the way through. Where's my little stamens here? Stamens are going to go through, feed them right through. Yep. And then if we bring our card back in, here it is, looking stellar. Now, if you've got the whatchamacallits, the leaves, look how I'd done the leaves on here before. So you can just die cut that. In fact, do you know what? I've probably got the little leaves here. Let's have
a lot of people, Sarah, stocking up on the foam as well. Great deal for you on the foam if you want to go for this. There's a 3-pack on the website at £13 or $22. I can confirm I have more information about how Jilly met her lover. I will update you forthwith after this demonstration, Sarah.
Go on, I'm just cutting so you can update while I'm cutting my my flowers.
Fair enough. So Jilly goes on to say he was doing a 270-mile walk for charity. I hosted him on the day through links. After meeting him in the lay-by, we got together. I moved to the northeast, and 18 months later, here we are. How fabulous is that?
Amazing. And Jilly works here at Crafters Companion.
Absolutely.
So she's been working, how long has Jilly been working here? I think she's been here about 6 months. I think it would be a little bit like, yep. So Jilly had a job working in our Aycliffe store. And then we thought she was so good, we said, why don't you come and join us in the studio team? So now she does, she's one of the behind the scenes. Jilly's our floor manager. So she gets everything ready behind the scenes for our shows, which let me tell you is no mean feat with the amount of mess that we leave in here and whatnot.
A lot of mess.
Yes. So, and she would usually, when we aren't on our lockdown, she would usually be in the studio with us, keeping us right. So if you keep wondering why I go, I don't know where this is, I don't know where that is, that's because usually Jilly stood beside us and she just hands me it. And I've had to learn to do everything on my own, Joe. So now I can't make so much of a mess, which is why I try and keep tidy. However, look at the table. Look at the table. It's not quite going right today. Right, watch this with the leaves, right? Watch how awesome this looks. So when we just hold it over the iron, they just curl up and look really, really genuine. So these leaves honestly just really finish off a project beautifully. So the leaves aren't in a starter kit, but you can easily pick up an extra set of leaves if you want an extra little set.
I think they're out of stock at the moment, some people are saying. If they are out of stock, which I believe they are, go to the item. There's a box underneath when it's sold out. You put your email address into the box. When it comes back in stock, we email you to let you know when it is back in stock. So that's always a good way to go. Paula is saying, sorry, your nails are beautiful. You've clearly mastered it, Sarah.
I have nailed it. So
nailed it, no pun intended.
Should we have a little close up on the nails? Look at the nails, darling. Oh yes. So I sent for one of those lamps. So I put the, I've got the foundation now, I've got the base gel. I did all this on Saturday night whilst watching 3 episodes of Homeland. It only took me 1 episode to do the nails, though, I might admit. And I even did my toes.
Wow.
So even my toenails. So I am summer ready. Summer ready.
So is that right? You now, then you're just going to do your own nails from now on?
Well, I don't want to say that because I feel bad for my nail girl. So I don't want my nail girl to be out of a job.
But it's a treat getting pampered and having your nails done, isn't it?
It is nice, isn't it? It's nice. It's a nice treat. And do you know what? I usually get mine done while I'm in the hairdressers as well. So because I'm a woman of very little free time, I always try and multitask. So I get my nails done.
Your nails done whilst your hair's being at the same time?
While my hair's getting done, they do my nails as well.
That's amazing.
And then the other time I get my nails done is when I'm travelling through an airport. So quite often, you know how you have to be at the airport 2 hours before? An hour and a half, an hour and 15 minutes if you start pushing it tight. Well, quite often, if you can get to, especially at 6 o'clock in the morning, early flight I take, get straight through the queue, you've got half an hour, 40 minutes to kill and get an express manicure. So I quite often, if I'm on my way to Germany or to America to do big TV shows, get them done in the airport lounge on the way there. Right, we're going to finish this card off, right? So what I'm going to do is, I love these little leaves when we fold them over like this, and just have a nice little bit coming down here. And I'm going to pop these on now. I've managed to thus far not burn myself on the hot glue gun. So let's not spoil it just now, right? So we've got the little leaf, and then I'm going to just pop this one, another little bit of glue under here. And this one's going to come in here. See how easy this is, John? We can just, because you're using the hot glue gun, you see, it's going to adjust straight away. And then I'm going to do the same down here. So just get some of these little leaves coming down the side.
If you didn't have a hot glue gun, could you use a
just use
chunky glue, as our Debbie
I'd just
calls
use
it.
my my
3D
Coral
glue
3D glue
gel
gel would be an absolutely perfect for
I guess
this.
it just takes a bit longer to dry, does it?
Yeah, which I'm just doing this literally for speed while we're on here. So that glue hasn't even dried, but it'll still go back on there. And then I'm going to just adjust this on here. Now, see, these flowers to me look absolutely spectacular. So you don't need to be doing an awful lot to the card. Oh, let's just move all my mess, right? Let's just get it all pushed over here, right? And then we can just admire my card looking absolutely spectacular there. There,
Beautiful.
look at that. But it's because we've used that thinking of you in a different way. Mix that with the ink pads. Do not forget those ink pads. We have them on the bundle deal. I know you're going to run everyone through, Joe, but the ink pads... Indeed. I was going to say the ink pads are my top tip. But actually, if you miss the flower forming while they were on a special deal, you've got to just get the flower forming while we've got it. Well, we've got the stock back in. And those word edgeables. I mean, we had them, they sold out. We had them, they sold out. We had them back, we've got them now. Just get them while we've got them.
Yeah, absolutely. Grab them whilst they're in stock. You can do that over on the website. Massive thanks to Sara. It's a pleasure to have double Sara today. We'll be back in the morning. Or do you want to give us a sneaky tease about the morning show?
Yes. So a lot of you, I was on 2 weeks ago doing the Gemini Builder Block, but I was doing the Builder Block alphabets. And a lot of you were saying it would be really great to go back to basics with the Builder Block. So we're going to do some basic quilting tomorrow. We're going to be using the Builder Block to learn all the basic blocks. So some great kind of starter quilting stuff. And also, something I'd always wanted to do, wouldn't it be lovely if you could turn any of your fabrics into an oilcloth?
Oh.
That's what I'm going to teach you how to do. We've got a special product. It's on it's fantastic, really cheap price as well, where you can turn any of your fabrics into an oilcloth. So I'm going to be making oilcloth and then also making a project with the oilcloth that we've made. So I've got an awesome softer side of life plan for you in the morning.
That would be fantastic. Join myself and Sara back here 11 a.m. tomorrow if you're in the UK, 6 a.m. If you are on the East Coast. Right, shall we recap then? And then we're going to go home and have us dinners. Well, it's tea, isn't it, here in the North?
Have us tea.
Oh, let's not get into that debate. It's too late in the day for the breakfast, lunch, dinner, tea. I even called it tea to someone the other day on the phone, and they said, "What do you mean tea?" And I was like, I meant dinner, sorry. Anyway, the Monday Mega Deal. So incredibly busy for this one, as we knew it would be. All 4 of those that you're getting there. Shine Bright, Be Happy, Superstar and Dream Big. You've got the 4 stamp dies and the dies to cut them as well. The flower forming, always busy when we bring it to you. A lot of you getting into this. It makes really lovely sort of little gifts to give to people. Whether it is a card project, whether it's home decor, whether it's something you wear. £40 to get you the foam, the stamens, the ball tools, the pedal distress tool and 2 of the die bundles as well. £40 or $50. Those Edgeables, really busy on these. You're going to get all 8 of them included here. So you get happy birthday, good luck, best wishes, hello, thank you, congratulations, with love and thinking of you. The best way to get the best value is to go for the bundle itself. Quite an unbelievable deal on the foil press as well. $99.99 is what you'd normally pay for the foil press alone. However, today we're going to give you £77 worth of value included. That's the foils, the foil stamp die, the border die, and also that bag is going to be coming included to you as well. All the deals are now available still over on the website craftscompanion.com.co.uk or .eu. All the details on the bottom of the screen there. We hope that you have a wonderful day if you are joining us stateside. Hope you have a great evening if you're here in the UK or in Europe. We'll see you back here tomorrow for a brand new day on Crafters TV. Take care.